माधव कुंज बिहारी। गोपी जना वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। गोपी जना वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। 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 जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद। श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद। श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद। श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की, समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की, जगत गुरु शील प्रभुपाद की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साधवैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेमा प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरे प्रिये। नीलाचल निवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्र सुभद्राभ्यां जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण। Hare Krishna, we welcome all the devotees for morning Bhagavatam class. Thank you for sparing your time. I'm utterly unqualified to speak on such elevated topics like Srimad Bhagavatam, but anyway, I'm here. So I beg mercy from all the devotees so that we can discuss something which will benefit and which will inspire all of us on our journey to Krishna consciousness. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, second chapter, text number 17. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudirayet Nashtah Prayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Srinvatam Swakatha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanaha Hridayantah Stohya Bhadrani Vidhunoti Suhrit Satam. Srinvatam Swakatha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanaha Hridayantah Stohya Bhadrani Vidhunoti Suhrit Satam. Srinvatam Swakatha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanaha Hridayantah Stohya Bhadrani Vidhunoti Suhrit Satam. Srinvatam Swakatha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanaha Hridayantah Stohya Bhadrani Vidhunoti Suhrit Satam. Srinvatam Swakatha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanaha Hridayantah Stohya Bhadrani Vidhunoti Suhrit Satam. Srinvatam Swakatha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanaha Hridayantah Stohya Bhadrani Vidhunoti Suhrit Satam. Srinvatam Swakatha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanaha Hridayantah Stohya Bhadrani Vidhunoti Suhrit Satam. Srinvatam, those who have developed the urge to hear the message of Swakatha, his own words, Krishna, the personality of Godhead, Punya, virtues, Shravana, hearing, Kirtanaha, chanting, Hridayantaha, Hridayantasthaha, within one's heart, he certainly abhadrani, desire to enjoy matter. Vidhunoti, cleanses. Suhrit, benefactor. Satam, of the truthful. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Shri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is Paramatma, super soul in everyone's heart, and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. Purport. Messages of personality of Godhead Sri Krishna are non-different from him. Whenever, therefore, offenseless hearing and glorification of God are undertaken, it is to be understood that Lord Krishna is present there in the form of transcendental sound, which is as powerful as the Lord personally. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his Shikshashtaka declares clearly that the holy name of the Lord has all the potencies of the Lord and that he has endowed his innumerable names with the same potency. There is no rigid fixture of time, and anyone can chant the holy name with attention and reverence at his convenience. The Lord is so kind to us that he can be present before us personally in the form of transcendental sound, but unfortunately, we have no taste for hearing and glorifying the Lord's name and activities. We have already discussed developing a taste for hearing and chanting the holy sound. It is done through the medium of service, the pure devotees of the Lord. The Lord is reciprocally respondent to his devotees. When he sees that a devotee is completely sincere in getting admittance to the transcendental service of the Lord and has thus become eager to hear about him, the Lord acts from within the devotee in such a way that the devotee may easily go back to him. The Lord is more anxious to take us back into his kingdom than we can desire. Most of us do not desire at all to go back to Godhead. Only a few men, and for that matter, women, want to go back to Godhead. But anyone who desires to go back to Godhead, Sri Krishna helps in all respects. One cannot enter into kingdom of God unless one is perfectly cleared of all sins. The material sins are products of our desires to lord it over material nature. It is very difficult to get rid of such desires. Woman and wealth are very difficult problems for the devotee making progress on the path back to Godhead. Many stalwarts in the devotional line fell victim to these allurements and thus retreated from the path of liberation. But when one is helped by the Lord himself, the whole process becomes as easy as anything by the divine grace of the Lord. To become restless in the contact of woman and wealth is not an astonishment, because every living being is associated with such things from remote time, practically immemorial, and it takes time to recover from this foreign nature. But if one is engaged in hearing the glories of the Lord, gradually he realizes his real position. By the grace of God, such a devotee gets sufficient strength to defend himself from the state of disturbances, and gradually all disturbing elements are eliminated from his mind. Shri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is Paramatma, super soul in everyone's heart, and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. Hare Krishna. So this is a very, very wonderful, very important shloka coming from Srimad Bhagvatam. Here in this shloka is telling that it is telling about the effect of hearing about Krishna. When we hear about Krishna, his name, his fame, about his form, about his wonderful qualities, about his various incarnations, then what happens? Many abhadras from our heart are cleansed. Many Anarthas from a heart become cleansed. Lust, pride, greed, anger, envy, illusion, they're completely destroyed just by hearing about Krishna, which are in themselves very virtuous. Punya Shravana Kirtanaha. Whatever piety one is lacking, it reaches to its uh, yes, pinnacle or summit, whatever. So there are basically three types of pieties: Karmonmukh Sukriti, Bhakti Unmukh Sukriti. Basically, these two are main, and one is Jnanonmukh Sukriti also. So Karmonmukh Sukriti are those which benefit our body and to some extent our subtle body also, mind, intelligence, mainly to the body. For example, distributing food, distributing blanket, etc. So we incur a great amount of piety from that, but that is mostly Karmonmukh Sukriti. So this is really dangerous also, because of doing such pious activities, one incurs a lot of good karma, and that helps you to live very peacefully in this world. You do not get so much tribulations in this world, so you think it is good only. Let me adjust here and let me live here. It is a little dangerous. And sometimes to subtle body also we can give something, like somebody is disturbed, we can sit beside him, we can console him on metal platform. Everything will become fine. Just go ahead. This is the life. Things happen like that. For example, if somebody, those who are victims of natural disasters like earthquake, flood, etc. So people try to console them mentally also. But Bhakti Unmukh Sukriti, it goes straight to the soul. And the most contributing factor in that is Shravan and Kirtan. Shravanam, when we hear, and Kirtanam, when we glorify the Lord, then our heart becomes very much cleansed from all the material desires also, from anarthas also. And that is Hirdayantah Stho. It is very wonderfully situated in our heart, but Hridaya Antaha, in the core of our heart. Deep down in our heart, some abhadras are situated. These abhadras are inauspicious tendencies, or you can say impressions. Whenever our senses come in contact with sense objects, deep impression is formed. And such inauspicious impressions or tendencies are very difficult to get rid of. Very, very difficult. It cannot be done by any amount of gyan or karma or yoga practice also. It is only possible by bhakti yoga, and primarily by hearing and chanting about Krishna, the Supreme Personality of God. And Paramatma also cannot clean our heart. He doesn't do that. That is not the function of Paramatma. What is the function of Paramatma? Yes. He gives us intelligence and forgetfulness and knowledge. That is the only function of Paramatma. But Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is not different from his holy name, he enters into heart from the ears of a sincere devotee who has developed the desire to hear, and then he goes inside the heart and does the cleaning. That's why a devotee should take Krishna in great quantity. You should hear more and more and more. Once Prabhupada was in Tokyo and he was giving Bhagavatam class. So he said that all of you should read my books 24 hours a day. I do that. Prabhupada said 2 times. So that is the instruction of Prabhupada for us, that there is no limit of how much we should. Yes, Prabhupada books are hearing only, because Prabhupada has recorded his words in dictaphone. So we hear them when we read the books. So I pray to all of you that please bless me so that I can also develop such desire, and I should also read and hear. So Vidhu Noti, he cleanses, Krishna cleanses very nicely. Why? Suhrit, because he is a very good friend, ultimate well-wisher. Satam means of devotees. So Krishna is anyway Suhrit of everyone. We have heard that. Bhoktaram yagatapasam sarva loka maheshwaram suhridam sarvabhutanam yata mam shanti mrichati. Suhridam sarvabhutanam, not only devotees. So Krishna is well-wisher, best friend of everyone. And this is the peace formula actually. One who knows only these three things, he can be peaceful all the time. What are those three things? Bhoktaram yagatapasam. Krishna is the ultimate enjoyer of every sacrifice and penance that we do. Anything that we do, who is the enjoyer? Krishna is the enjoyer. We are not the enjoyer, but we want to enjoy because we have got this enjoying tendency. We are imitating God. We want to imitate. That's why you want to enjoy everything. Everything in this world. You can see this tendency in the child so much. He wants to enjoy so much. Everything he wants to enjoy. Whatever he sees, he takes and puts in the mouth. Again, he wants to enjoy the taste. When we become older, then we hide such tendencies. But they are still there. किसी को दिखाना नहीं चाहते कि हम enjoy करना चाहते हैं. But it is the same. Child doesn't know how to hide everything. उसका showcase में है. इसीलिए बेचारा expose हो जाता है. But we have expertise in hiding everything. हृदय अंतः स्थो यभद्राणी. सब अभद्र को अच्छे से छुपा करके deep inside our heart we keep. But Krishna is such a great friend of ours. He goes there also. हमारा पीछा करके वहां तक जाकर के उसको सफाई करते. विधून होती, cleanses very nice. So these three things, when we know, we are very, very peaceful. Krishna is friend of everyone, but those who are devotees of Krishna, he is favorably inclined. Krishna says, Sammoham sarvbhuteshu name dvesho asti na priya. Yetu bhajanti mam bhaktya. So those who are Krishna's devotee, Krishna is always remembering them. And they are always remembering Krishna. Krishna is in them and they are in Krishna. So that's why Krishna is favorably disposed to those who are his devotees. Otherwise, he is good friend of everyone in general. So how is this possible that just by hearing Krishna Katha, our heart can become cleansed? What is this science? What is this process? Kali Kale Nam Rupa Krishna Avatar. So Krishna is not different from the holy name. So when a devotee who has developed desire to hear, and how is that possible? We heard yesterday from Ravi Shankar Prabhu in the previous shloka that anyone who serves the great devotees who are free from the vices, if we serve them very nicely, then we develop desire to hear Krishna Katha. And having developed such desire, when we sit and hear for long hours and hours together, when we have prolonged exposure, then our heart starts getting cleansed. So it is very important to hear for long hours. Very, very long hours. That's why here Prabhupada was mentioning that 24 hours we should read and hear. So in chanting also, we have heard from Radheshyam Prabhu then that when we attentively chant for long time, we are hearing our chanting, we are hearing, then our heart starts to get cleansed. So attentive chanting is very, very important. Attentive chanting means hear what we are chanting. Our mind will get distracted, but again we have to bring our mind back and we have to hear. Actually, this cleansing process is so amazing. Many times we have no idea how much our heart is dirty. Like a newcomer, first of all, in our preaching method, first of all, a boy comes for one-time program. So he just walks in. The topic is art of mind control. He thinks, what mind control? I have my mind under my full control. But anyway, let's go and see what they have to say. But when he hears and attends the full seminar filled with all informations and PPTs, if he hears attentively, then he realizes, so maybe my mind is not controlled. It seems. So, and when he starts chanting, then he realizes my mind is really not controlled. And when he chants for 4 or 5 years, then he realizes, my God, even 1% my mind is not controlled. And after 20 years, our mind starts getting controlled. Small amount, little bit. Right now, we are just able to see how much task is there, how much this tedious task is there. Mind is really completely out of our control. It takes time. It takes one to know one, like that. It takes time to understand how our mind is so uncontrolled. So there are many layers of ignorance in our heart. Like very nice example here, construction is going on. So for foundation, we are digging it. So multi layers of soil is coming. On top, it's grass. When you remove that, then you find some plastic, broken bangles, now plastic bottles, glass bottles of wine, different varieties. When you go deep, then you find roots of other trees. So many different things are there, and all of them have to be removed. Otherwise, foundation won't be very strong. So this removal process is done by Krishna. Different layer of cleaning he does. पहले थोड़ा सा क्लीन करते हैं, फिर और नीचे आते हैं. बहुत कुछ निकलता है अंदर से, हमको भी पता नहीं. सूर्यपति गुरु बताएंगे अच्छे से क्या क्या निकलता है अंदर से. Similarly, in our heart, so much of ignorance is there. From millions of lifetime, we have enjoyed and we have accumulated such tendencies, such impressions, which are very deadly for spiritual progress. And we cannot clean that. We have no power to clean that. Only Krishna, who is not different from his holy name, he enters inside our heart and he cleanses them. So that is a very great boon that we have, that Srila Prabhupada has embedded in our daily program, hearing process. Shravanam and Kirtanam are by default. जब तक समझ में आता है the importance श्रवणम कीर्तनम, 4 साल तक श्रवण कीर्तनम कर चुके हैं अपने. It is not like we wasted our time. We have invested our time at a very right place, even without knowing its real importance and real prowess of. Here in Shastrakam, Prabhupada was mentioning that how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that Namanam Akari Bahudha Nij Sarva Shaktis Tatrarpita Niyamita Smarane Nakala. So Lord Krishna has many names. Ram, Krishna, Hari, Govinda, Madhava, Madhusudana. So many wonderful names Krishna has. But he has invested all his power into his holy names. And there is no time. Anyone can chant. And there is no niyama. I mean, anyone can chant anytime. When it comes to holy name, anyone, anywhere, anytime, one can chant. Even dog can chant, if he can chant. And pure devotees can make dogs also chant. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, he made the dog chant. And he went back to God. So anybody can chant holy name. In this regard, a wonderful story comes. Wonderful pastime comes of Mahaprabhu one day. Mahaprabhu once, when he was in Puri, Jagannath Puri. So after answering to nature's call in the early morning, when he was coming, so he was holding his tongue between his teeth like this, because he was accustomed, his tongue was accustomed to chant the holy name. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. His tongue will always vibrate the holy name of the Lord. So he was holding it like this. So a very, very small boy, 5 years boy, Gopal, he was there. So he asked, Mahaprabhu, why you are holding your tongue? Let it free. So Mahaprabhu said, yes, Gopal, but I had gone to a filthy place. How I can chant there? That's why I was holding my tongue. You said that, what Mahaprabhu? Anyone can chant anytime. Just imagine if we have gone to that filthy place and we die that time. So what will be our destination? That's why we should always chant the holy name. So Mahaprabhu became very happy. Said, yes, you are instructing like a guru. So from today you are Gopal Guru. Earlier he was G, he became 2G. Then later on he became initiating spiritual master. He took sannyas. Gopal Guru goes on. He became 3G. But he is a great acharya in our Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara. So his divine grace, Gopal Guru goes on. HD 4G. But anyway, it is 5G today. So we have to find out some more ways. So it is very important to understand that holy name, even in somebody's bathroom also he can chant. Nobody can contaminate somebody was mentioning 2 days earlier in Bhagvatam class that it is very foolish. Prabhuji had come, Rasraj Prabhuji was mentioning, it is very foolish. Somebody thinks, okay, I will pass so much of urine that even sun cannot purify. It is not possible. Nobody has that much power that he can make this world contaminated. So sun is so powerful that any amount of urine is there on the earth, it will dry it up and make that place very pure. Similarly, Krishna's holy name is so very much powerful. One has done sins for millions of years, that also can be cleansed just by once chanting of Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. नाम नो हि यावतो शक्तिर पाप निर्हरणे हरे तावत कर्तुम न शक्नोति पातकम पातकी नरः. नाम नो हि यावतो शक्ति, नाम में इतना शक्ति है, पाप निर्हरणे हरे, पाप को खत्म करने का, मिटाने का. भगवान के नाम में इतनी शक्ति है पाप को मिटा देने का कि तावत कर्तुम न शक्नोति, जितना कि एक व्यक्ति के अंदर क्षमता नहीं है पाप करने का. एक व्यक्ति के अंदर उतना क्षमता ही नहीं है पाप करने का जितना भगवान का एक नाम पाप मिटा सकता. फिर क्या डर है हम लोग? देयर इज नो फियर. वन शुड fearlessly chant Hare Krishna mantra, and slowly we should offenselessly chant Hare Krishna. यहाँ लिखा है offenselessly. If we hear and chant offenselessly, then it is very powerful. So offenseless chanting is very important. Offenseless chanting में क्या है? Prabhupada says chant and hear. So our mind wanders here and there so much. So just like a mother, whenever child is going here and there, mother, she catches the child and brings back. Again child wanders and goes here and there. Again mother catches child, again brings back. Again child goes here and there. Again mother catches child and again brings back. So similarly, our mind will wander. This is nothing great. It is very common to get distracted while we are doing our chanting or japa. It is very common thing. So we should not get disturbed by that. Millions of time our mind is going, we should bring millions of time our mind back. And again, we should make our mind also hear Krishna Katha, Krishna Nam. So that is very important. So, yes, in this regard, that how we have enjoying mentality, which is very dangerous for us. It is told that the moment we think of enjoying something, we get the misery. The misery starts from that time. The peace is lost immediately. For example, if you are thinking, I will enjoy gulab jamun, I will eat gulab jamun, if that is there in the menu, maybe today. Feast hai वैसे आज दिन में, पता नहीं क्या. If you are thinking, if you are anticipating, कि आज enjoy करेंगे जो feast है दिन में, बिरयानी खाएंगे, ये खाएंगे, वो खाएंगे. The moment we think about that, our peace is lost. That moment only our peace is lost. So peace formula, it says that Krishna is the enjoyer, and we should have a great understanding about this. We are not the enjoyer. Krishna is the enjoyer. Krishna is the enjoyer of everything. Whenever we see beautiful things, beautiful people in this world, if we want to enjoy them, then our peace is lost immediately, and misery starts from that time. But when we think, no, Krishna is the enjoyer and everything is meant for his enjoyment, but I will accept his prasadam. Say annamrit pao. I will accept the prasadam to the heart's content only because it is prasadam. It is tasted by Lord. That's why I will eat it. I am Lord's servant. So in that mood, if it is accepted, it will cleanse our desire to enjoy. And enjoying tendency is so much deep rooted. Every moment, everything, everyone does is just for enjoyment only. It is very deep rooted. It is not so easy to get rid of this. And we don't have to worry. Krishna will, get such enjoying tendencies uprooted from our heart if we just develop the desire to hear and chant his holy name. That is so easy. So much of difficult things become so easy just by sitting and hearing Krishna. So Krishna Katha is so very much powerful. We just have to, like Prabhupada also, when he went to Western countries, he just chanted Hare Krishna. And such people who were greatly into sinful activities, sinful activity was their daily activity. Every day they would break all the four ordinary principles unknowingly, unhesitatingly. And such people became cleansed of their heart to great extent. And that was only possible because they heard from a pure devotee. So it is very important to hear from pure devotees. So in the previous verse, we heard that we should serve the Bhagavad, Vyakti Bhagavad. The topmost way of serving a Vyakti Bhagavad is to sit and hear from him. That is the topmost service that we can do. Personal service, if a pure devotee is there, how many people can do? Only 10 to 15 devotees can do that. But millions of people can serve the Vani. So our Guru Maharaj is there. We should hear his Vani and should serve his Vani. We can serve our spiritual master just by hearing from him. We can serve Prabhupada just by hearing from him. And great service is done. And our heart becomes cleansed. We develop great desire to hear. Attachment comes to hear Krishna Katha and not the Ku Katha. And Krishna is not different from holy name actually. That's why Krishna also says that Na ham tishthami vaikunthe yogi nam hridesho piva tatra tishthami narada yatra gayanti mad bhaktah. I do not reside in Vaikuntha. Is that true? Krishna doesn't reside in Vaikuntha? He does reside. The meaning is that it is very difficult to approach. It is very difficult to approach Krishna sitting in Vaikuntha. Is it easy? Can we go now? No, we cannot do that. We cannot go. That's why even in South India, 108 Devadeshams are there. Not all are on this planet. One is in this material world, the Shveddeep, and another one is the Vaikuntha itself, spiritual world. So only 106 Devadeshams are here on this planet. So it is very difficult to approach Vaikuntha, Narayan or Krishna sitting in Vaikuntha. Very difficult. Yoginam Hridesha Piva. For yogis also it is very difficult to attain Paramatma. Very difficult. Only few yogis can do that. And that too they mistakenly think I am the Paramatma. वहां पहुंच के भी उनको लगता है कि नहीं परमात्मा. Very difficult. Very rarely somebody goes. But tatra tristhami narada yat gayati mandaka. Wherever devotees are hearing and chanting his holy name, Krishna is personally present there. And he is very, very easily accessible in the form in which he is present. Krishna swadhamopgate dharma jnanadibhi sah kalau nashtrdisham eshah puranarko adunuditah. Krishna, when he went back to Godhead after summarizing his pastimes from this material world at the end of Dwapar Yuga, along with dharma and jnana, etc., everything, then again Krishna came back in the form of Srimad Bhagavat Purana. And that is like giving the torchlight to such people of Kali Yuga who have lost their eyesight because of the blindness, the deep dark blindness of this Kali Yuga. So this Srimad Bhagavatam is like a torchlight which is showing the way back home, back to Godhead, which is showing our goal. You see, that is your goal. Wake up, rise and attain it. That's why this Srimad Bhagavatam is filled with the holy name of Krishna and holy fame of Krishna. So it is very easily accessible. Is it difficult to access? Very easily accessible. Right now, we all are accessible. I am engaged in Kirtanam, all of you are engaged in Shravanam. The topmost activity that can be done is this only. Just if we have transcendental faith on this, and if we go on hearing Srimad Bhagavatam from pure devotees reciting his translation and purports, we can attain supreme perfection. Many times people have this desire to accumulate so much of knowledge. They go for PhD, MTech, this, that, America. So many places they want to go and accumulate knowledge. If at all we have such desire, then we should read. So many literatures are there. So many Goswamis have written so many books. Iskcon Dhanbad are there. So many things are there. Our Goswamis have given so many wonderful sweet pastimes about Lord Krishna. We can engage our propensity in that. But actually people do all such deep researches because they want money. So we should have this conviction that money is not going to give us any kind of satisfaction. So many people have money, but how much happy they are. So if somebody asks this question, how to know we are advancing in Krishna consciousness? So one very simple analogy is that if we are feeling very hungry and if we eat food, then what happens? We feel satisfied. We don't need some external validation. We don't need somebody to come and give a certificate. Yes, today you have taken your meal. ऐसा है क्या? So similarly, when we chant, we should feel satisfaction because chanting is the food for soul. So if we are not feeling satisfied after chanting 16 rounds, we may feel relieved. अरे खत्म हुआ आज का माला चलो अच्छा. Relief, that feeling of getting relieved is not satisfaction. Don't misunderstand. So if we are not feeling satisfaction after chanting, that means a great homework is needed. If we do not feel satisfaction after hearing some lecture, that may be intellectually titillating. We may be intellectually satisfied. That is another thing. Another thing. But if our soul is not feeling satisfied after hearing and after chanting, that means a great homework is to be done. Maybe we have not done it nicely. Maybe we are not doing offenselessly. Saubhari Muni, he was there underwater doing tapasya, meditation. But he saw fishes mating and he got so greatly agitated, he came outside and married 50 wives. Can you imagine? Somebody doing tapasya can become so much agitated that he has to marry 50 wives. आप बोले कलयुग के लोग इससे ज्यादा सेंस कंट्रोल है. वो तो बाहर घूमते रहते. So many people they see doing so nonsense, but they do not feel agitated. So actually, controlling the senses is impossible if somebody offends a devotee. Saubhari Muni had offended Garuda. That's why controlling senses was so much difficult. Fishes mating, we will never come to know. Fishes are mating or what they are doing? They are talking or they are no. It is very difficult to understand fishes mating. But he could understand and got so much disturbed because he offended a devotee. So Saubhari Muni is a great devotee, actually. Actually, when he married the 50 daughters of Mandhata became so much detached that day only he took sannyas and went to the jungle. So you can understand. So it is very important. And how is it possible that someday we will get great taste in hearing and chanting? Actually, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Ekaki amara nahi paya bala hari nama sankirtane tumi kripa kori shraddha bindu diya deho Krishna nama dhane. So, tumi kripa kori shraddha bindu diya. Please, O Vaishnav Thakur, O great devotee, O great Acharya, please be merciful unto me and give me a drop of transcendental faith that you have. Because ekaki amara nahi paya bala. I do not have the strength to chant holiness for the Lord offenselessly. It is not possible for me. But my dear Lord, my dear spiritual master, my dear great Acharya, my dear devotee, please bless me. So, actually, just like this place, this temple hall, is like a hall. And there are so many halls, marriage hall, seminar hall, this hall, that hall in this world. But how this place is different from other halls? Just for example, if you go to the community hall of Dhanbad and if you chant there, is it very easy to chant there or chant here? Chant here. Why? What is the difference? Difference is the devotees are present. So when we are in the session of devotees, we can chant very nicely. We can engage in the devotional service very nicely, very peacefully, very easily. Because the Shakti, Bhakti Shakti can be experienced with the devotees. So as many devotees, that easy is to engage ourselves in Shravanam and Kirtanam process. That's why it is always recommended. Vaishnava so much emphasizes that we should chant with the devotees. We must chant with the devotees. So it becomes very easy actually. I remember one great soul had come many years ago to our center earlier in Dhaya center. So early in the morning he was chanting from 3 a.m. only. And the day he was giving Bhagavatam class, he mentioned that it was so struggling to chant when I was chanting alone in the room. It was very difficult. But now I am here with the devotees. I'm chanting. It is just like butter. Makhan ke sath mala nahi karna. Cut, 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 cut. ऐसे. It is very easy to chant with the devotees. But to chant alone, very difficult. Slowly, people develop this habit of chanting with the phone, chatting and chanting going hand in hand. Some people they watch TV in their home and they chant. Some people drive their car and chant. We many times talk and chant. I'm also struggling with so many arthas. Please bless me and help me so that I can improve. But the fact is that that can never lead to offenseless chanting. Krishna demands complete, that is there, surrender, but he demands full attention, complete attention. Yes, Krishna demands that. Mother Yashoda did not give one time, so she had to pay a very huge price. All the yogurt pots were broken in the house. When Krishna was so small, he did that. And so many things happened because of that. So Krishna demands complete attention of ours. So exclusive attention we have to give to Krishna. So exclusively when we are chanting, that time so we should give. That is very important. So our request to everyone that please take this process very sincerely, very seriously. Wonderful opportunities there. We can clean our heart, which is impossible just by hearing and chanting. And how it happens actually, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, a very wonderful shloka comes. हलादेनी कराए कृष्णा आनंद आस्वादन हलादेनी द्वारा करे भक्तिर पोषण. So Haladini Shakti is Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani, the bliss potency of Lord Krishna. So she gives Krishna the enjoyment. Haladini Karaye Krishna Ananda Aswadan. So how is that? Srimati Radharani engages herself in all the forms of devotional service. She chants, she hears, she worships Krishna, she does Padsevanam, she does Vandanam, everything. So when we engage into such activities, actually we are offering Radharani to Krishna. When we are engaging in such activities, like when we are chanting Hare Krishna, it is like we are offering Radharani to Krishna, because chanting is primarily done by Radharani. No. She is the pure devotee, topmost devotee, the first devotee, whatever you say. So that's why it is her activities. Devotional service, bhakti, comes from her only. So that is why when we are doing any anga of devotional service, we are offering Srimati Radharani to Krishna. Radharani gives pleasure to Krishna. So we are giving pleasure to Krishna. And Krishna becomes very happy. Then what he does? Then he offers us back the pleasure. Then he offers us Radharani, who nourishes our devotional service. है ना? भला देनी द्वारा करे भक्ति पोषण. Krishna does the poshan of his devotees through Srimati Radharani. So, just like in the material world also, we can see this example that mother pleases by her service her husband, the father, and father becomes very happy, gives the money. Okay, take care of my children. Like that. So Srimati Radharani pleases Lord Krishna, gives him Ananda. So Krishna gives Srimati Radharani to us, but okay, take care of them. So Bhakti Poshan comes from the mother Srimati Radharani. So that's why when we are doing our devotional services, it is very important to do in great spirits, as if Srimati Radharani is offering her services to Lord Krishna. Like that. Okay. Somebody has any question? Comments? Yes, bro. We have another mic. So this word is very important here. Suhrit Satam. Krishna, who is the ultimate friend of everyone, he benefits the devotee by cleansing his heart. So who is the ultimate friend? Krishna. So we should understand. Even the spiritual masters, the mentors, the guide, the counselor, they also help a devotee on behalf of the Lord. They don't think that I am his friend. Like a counselor, Counselor is a philosopher, a friend, and a guide. So he doesn't think I am the friend of that devotee. He thinks Krishna is the ultimate friend of that devotee, but on behalf of him, I am going to help him. Like that. A spiritual master, like Radhanath Swami Maharaj, we always see, he never uh, feels that I am spiritual master, I am guru of someone. He says, I am servant. I am here to inspire you in Krishna consciousness, so like that. So these three things, that Krishna is the ultimate enjoyer of everything. He is a proprietor and owner of everything. I'm not the owner, I'm just a caretaker. And Krishna is the ultimate friend of everyone. If we understand deeply inside our heart, then we can be very peaceful. And if we are not peaceful, that means we have not understood these three basic things. But is it that we have not understood? We have understood. That means we have to really understand this. We have not understood actually. So we must hear again and again. We must read again and again. Then we can understand it someday. Yes, bro.
We discuss in this verse that the two most important qualities of a devotee is one, Srimad, the urge to hear Krishna Katha, and second, Satan, truthfulness. For the first quality, Srimad, you gave reference that yesterday we had the shloka where we discussed that this urge to hear, this can be developed through service to great devotees. Can you please tell us how to develop this second quality, how to become truthful?
Okay, so truthful devotee means a person who has developed this a great attraction and attachment to hear. That much is sufficient. Truthful does not mean that he has to speak truth all the time. That is a very, very low platform. That makes a human being. Below that, he is Dvipad Pashu. He is not a human being only. One who is lying for his own sense enjoyment. We have this tendency. Four defects are there. We have imperfect senses. Then we commit mistakes. Then our senses get illusioned. Then we commit mistakes. And then we try to hide that. So cheating propensity is there deep rooted in our heart. Until the time we are cheating everyone else for our own sense gratification, we are not a human being only. It's a very low platform. So truthful devotee means a devotee who has developed this desire to hear Krishna Katha. Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is Paramatma in everyone's heart, and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. The truthful devotee means, as far as I could understand from experience and hearing from different devotees, truthful devotee means a devotee who is a man of character, a devotee who is very loyal to his authorities, a devotee who is very accountable to his superiors, a devotee whom, like a very simple example that we have heard, that once Lord Hanuman heard that Lord Ram maintains a diary where he writes the name of all those devotees who remember him. Hanuman thought, my name should be on the top. I'm always remembering Lord Ram. Lord Ram is there in the heart. और तो मैं सबको दिखा भी चुका हूँ दुनिया में कि भगवान मेरे हृदय में बसते हैं, तो मेरा तो नाम सबसे ऊपर रहेगा. तो ओके ठीक है, बट देख चेक कर लेते हैं कि और किसका किसका नाम है, ये देख लेते. So he came and asked Lord Ram, my dear Lord, I heard you are maintaining a diary where you're mentioning the name of all the devotees who remember you. He said, yes. So you can see it's lying there. तो हनुमान जी देखे तो उनका कहीं नाम ही नहीं था उसमें. He was surprised. यार मेरा नाम नहीं है इसके अंदर, ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है? तो कुछ बोल तो पाए नहीं, भगवान को वापस आ गए. बट ही वॉज ग्रेटली डिस्टर्ब. तो फिर से बहुत हिम्मत जुटा करके वापस गए भगवान राम के पास. पूछते हैं कि माय डियर लॉर्ड, हाउ इज इट माय नेम इज नॉट. नहीं, वो जाते हैं उस डिवोटी के पास में जिसको बोलते हैं, जिसने उनको बोला था कि जाके चेक करना. तो बोलते हैं, कह रहे ऐसा कैसे, मेरा नाम नहीं है. क्या तुम्हारा नाम नहीं है? तुम सबसे बड़े भक्त भगवान को. हनुमान जी बोले, मुझे भी अच्छा लगता था लेकिन मेरा नाम तो है नहीं उसके अंदर. मे बी आई एम नॉट अ गुड डिवोटी. So that devotee said, no, I have heard that Lord Ram maintains one more diary, a smaller diary, एंड उसमें उनका नाम लिखते हैं जिसमें भगवान जिनको याद करते हैं। तो आप जाके चेक करिए उसके अंदर में। तो वो आए भगवान राम के पास, तो भगवान मैं सुना आपके पास एक और डायरी है। तो बोले कि यस आई हैव वन मोर डायरी, तो वो मैं देख सकता हूँ क्या? बोले यस व्हाई नॉट। तो भगवान उसको अपने पॉकेट से निकाला थोड़ा सा डायरी और दिखा के देख लो। तो उसमें सबसे ऊपर में लिखा हुआ हनुमान, हरि बोल। The perfection of a devotee is that his superiors are remembering him. I heard in my second or third years, in the very beginning days, from Namprem Prabhu, that devotee is very fortunate, whom his superior authority is remembering. So his job is done. उसको कुछ करना ही नहीं. Nothing is to be done for him, by him. If he is being remembered by his superiors, his job is done. So maybe that is the meaning of devotee. Maybe we should try to become that our superior, our master, spiritual master remains. So that is done, job is done. Then we can enjoy peacefully. So is that okay? Yes. Okay.
So, to hear this is such a beautiful class. So, to hear in purport, Prabhupada writes that many stalwarts in the devotional line fell victim to these allurements and thus retreated from the path of liberation. So, even devotional line also, and but when one is held by the Lord Himself, the whole process becomes as easy as anything by the divine grace of the Lord. So, because stalwarts in devotional line, very stalwart, so they also fell victim. And next moment, Prabhupada writing that when Lord is Himself is helping someone, then it becomes very easy. So we are also in devotion line of the prayer. So and it's a fact, it's a naked truth that we are also attacked by money and women. How much we hide it or not, but that's a repeated thing. So how to understand that we are held by the Lord? Lord is helping us, but जिस तरह प्रपाद यहाँ पे लिख रहे हैं, how can we elaborate on this little bit? समझा सकते थोड़ा सा.
Actually, Prabhupada is writing to become restless in the contact of woman and wealth is not an astonishment. Because every living being is associated with such things from remote time, practically immemorial. And it takes time to recover from this foreign nature. Foreign nature means what? For example, we are in Dhanbad. Dhanbad में क्या कोयले की खदान है. आप कुछ मत करिए, आप छत पे सो जाइए, रात में तो सुबह उठेंगे तो ऐसे करेंगे तो कोयला निकलेगा, क्योंकि कोयला का माइनिंग हो रहा है हर जगह पे, डस्ट कोल का इतना है. सो इफ समबडी पॉइंट्स आउट कि प्रभु कुछ यहाँ दाग लगा है काला, तो इफ यू गो टू वॉशरूम एंड वॉश योर फेस एंड दैट कम्स आउट, दैट मीन्स इट वॉज फॉरेन नेचर. ये आपका इनेट नहीं था, बाहर से लगा था, आप उसको हटा सकते. तो उसी प्रकार से वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस इज फॉरेन नेचर. To get attracted by woman and wealth, to get disturbed by that is a foreign nature. This is not the nature of soul. But it is very natural because from time immemorial we are doing this. Not even one lifetime we have not associated with woman. We have done that life after life. If we are here in this world for 36 billion years, billion lifetimes, then from 36 billion lifetimes we are associating with women. Woman means female body. Or if we were female, then male body. Woman means woman for man, and woman means man for woman. Prabhupada said in his purpose. So similarly, it is very natural because that is so powerful. Now, we have heard Krishna himself says, Kapil Muni himself tells his own mother the power of material nature, the power of Maya. Balam me pashya maya stri maya jaino disha. या करोति पदाक्रांतान भ्रुविजृंभेन केवलम. Just by the mere movement of her eyebrows, the woman can make the big stalwarts fall on her own foot. या करोति पदाक्रांतान. Akranta means what? Big stalwarts. Those heroes, when they step in the battlefield, the enemies fled away. डर के भाग जाते हैं दुम दबा करके, ऐसे बड़े बड़े आक्रांतास. But just by mere movement of her eyebrows, the woman can make him fall unto her food. That means woman is very powerful. Woman means the Maya potency of Lord only. बलम में पश्य माया, मेरी माया की शक्ति को देखो, भगवान बोल रहे मेरी माया की शक्ति। तो एक्चुअली पावरफुल शक्ति है, शक्तिमान। शक्तिमान पावरफुल है, इसलिए उसकी शक्ति इतनी पावरफुल। सो दैवी यश गुणमयी मम माया दुरतया माम एवे प्रपद्यन्ते माया विदाम तरन्ते। Those who have taken shelter of Lord Krishna, they can very easily cross over this material nature, which is in general very difficult to cross over, because ये माया शक्ति भगवान की ही है। It is very possible to get free from this desire to enjoy with opposite gender. Everybody, सब लोग इस चमड़ी के पीछे पड़े। ये चमड़ा जो 2 मिलीमीटर का है, what kind of happiness this can give us? But people are blindly, into this. Why? Because सबको चर्म रोग हो गया, स्किन डिजीज, चमड़ी के पीछे पड़े हैं। तो इस चर्म रोग से बाहर निकलने के लिए we have to visit doctor, that is spiritual master, and he can prescribe the prescriptions, and he would prohibit the prescriptions also, just by following that honest avoidance of opposite sex and cultivating such nice Shravanam Kirtanam with the devotees is sufficient, because we have seen it happening in the life of so many devotees. Many boys were having so many bad habits, but just by they have taken Krishna consciousness so nicely and they avoided Maya, they could give up all those bad habits and they could become such nice devoted Vaishnavas. So it is possible only when we are honest. Maybe that is the meaning of truthful devotee. That when we remain honest, what is told to us, if we follow that, then it is very possible. So very natural to become disturbed in the obsession of money and woman. And many stalwart devotees fell, but it can be done if we remain honest. Many times when we become HOD, head of the department, then this goes in the head, that I am HOD. So we do not remain humble. We think if मंदिर हम ही चला रहे हैं, हमसे हो रहा है सब कुछ, हम नहीं रहेंगे तो ये नहीं होगा. We should remain humble. Big storms may come. How the buildings fall when there is great storm. But that same storm cannot do any harm to the humble grass. So many big stalwart devotees might have fallen, but if we remain humble, Radhe Radhe Japo, Chote ban karo. So if we just remain humble, it is possible. But remaining humble is not so easy, because that has a great linkage with chanting Hare Krishna. Trinadapi Shuni Chena Taroriva Sheshna Amanina Manadena Kirtanya Sadahari. Those who are humble than the blade of grass and tolerant than the tree, and they offer all respects to others and expect no respect in return, they are eligible to chant Hare Krishna 24 hours a day. So it has a great linkage. Humility is very natural. And the best process of cultivating humility is going for book distribution. Haribo. The other day, I'll just share one incident I end. The other day, I went with Ankit Prabhu for book distribution. I went in train. So that was my first day in train book distribution. So I was very enthusiastic. I took 22 Bhagavad Gita with myself in my bag. एक कार्टून में 32 आता है, मैंने 22 ले लिया. You can imagine कितना heavy होगा. 9:30 बजे सुबह निकल गया था और करीब दिन का 12:30-1 बज रहा होगा, एंड मेरा केवल 3 बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हुआ ट्रेन में. इट वॉज सो हैवी लोड, पूरा मेरा बॉडी पेन कर रहा था. सो वी गॉट डाउन ऑन वन स्टेशन आसनसोल एंड आई टोल्ड अंकित प्रभु शायद मेरे को 1 घंटा यहीं सो जाना चाहिए स्टेशन, और मैं भी यहीं से वापस चलते हैं प्रभु, मेरे से नहीं हो पाएगा. एंड जब अंकित प्रभु का 8 हो चुका था तो और ज़्यादा बुरा लग रहा था मेरे को कि अरे नहीं, maybe this was not a good decision, मेरे से नहीं हो पाएगा, it is so difficult, I cannot do this, facing rejections and so much of heavy load. And कुछ लंच पैक करके भी ले लेके आए थे, मालूम था कुछ मिलने वाले भी नहीं, जितना जल्दी जाएंगे धनबाद वापस कुछ मिलेगा. तो बहुत दुखी हो गया था, भगवान से फिर प्रार्थना किया, लेकिन अंकित तो हार मानने वाले थे. तो बोले नहीं प्रभु जी दूसरा ट्रेन आ रहा है उसमें जाएंगे, और दूसरी ट्रेन में लेके गया मेरे को. तो एंड दैट टाइम व्हेन आई वाज फीलिंग सो लो, आई प्रेड टू लॉर्ड एंड वन डिवोटी वाज देयर. तो डिवोटी फैमिली से थे, दूसरे जगह जा रहे थे, वो पूरा फुल डिवोटी, शिखा उखा रखे, शेवन हेड, कंठी तिलकमाला सब कुछ. वो अचानक से पीछे से आते हैं, बोलते प्रभु जी कुछ प्रसाद लेंगे क्या. ठीक है, प्रसाद यहाँ, आप कौन, आप कहाँ से आ रहे हैं? तो उन्होंने बताया कि उनका घर वहाँ है, वहाँ से वहाँ जा रहे थे, तो उनको एक्स्ट्रा प्रसाद है, फिर वांट। मैं बोला नहीं नहीं, कहाँ, ठीक है। मन में था कि जल्दी दीजिए, भूख लगाए मेरे को। तो ही गेव एंड गेव अस प्रसादम, तो पूरा खा लिया मैं उसको। तो खाने के बाद थोड़ा एनर्जी आया मुझे, तो भगवान का भरोसा भी बढ़ गया, भगवान ने प्रसाद भेजा है, शायद बुक रिशूट हो जाएगा आगे चल के। तो आगे केवल बस 3-4 घंटे में 13 बुक और डिस्ट्रीब्यूट है। और सबसे अच्छा क्या लगा, वो लोड खाली हो गया पीछे, अब और मन कर रहा था, तो खाली हो गया था और था नहीं, वरना और बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करते हैं। सो एक्चुअली व्हेन यू गो टू द पीपल एंड व्हेन यू सी किसी किसी के सामने जाए बुक लेगा, तो सामने से करेगा हट हट हट, जैसे पता नहीं अब क्या लेके आ गए। और आप इतने वेल एजुकेटेड हैं, सब लोग आपको इतना रिस्पेक्ट करता है, आप यहाँ से चलते लोग दंड प्रणाम करते हैं आपको, और यहाँ पे ऐसे हटा रहा है आप, और आपको बाथरूम के सामने से निकलना है, टीटी है तो नजर बजा के निकलना है कि पूछने नहीं टिकट है क्या, नहीं तो सबके सामने उतार देगा। सो मेनी थिंग्स, so you have to become humble, there's no other way, that is the best way of becoming humble if we go for book distribution. So by book distribution we should cultivate humility, with humility we should chant Hare Krishna very nicely, and we should serve the devotees. By that we'll get the affinity to hear Krishna Katha, and having attained the affinity and attraction for hearing and chanting, our hearts will get cleansed by Lord Krishna himself. And with more cleansed heart, we'll engage more in hearing and chanting, and more heart will be cleansed, and then we'll engage more, and like that cyclic process will evolve, and with the cycle, riding on the cycle, we can reach back to God at Haribo. So it is very easy process, just having transcendental faith, just small amount of bhakti performed sincerely, so much of satisfaction it gives. Susukam kartum avyam, and it happens actually. And when such satisfaction and bliss starts coming, then we get great faith that yes, it is working, and we do not need anything on this world. Ramante yogino anante satyanand chidatmani. Yogis who are worshipping Krishna, they can enjoy unlimitedly. And if somebody becomes bhakta, then he can enjoy bhakti ananda, that is million times more than brahmananda, and which is million times more than भवानंदा और जड़ानंदा। तो इस जड़ चीजों में ये भी एक जड़ पदार्थ ही है, 2 मिलीमीटर का चमड़ा। चमड़ों से जो डील करते हैं वो कौन है? मोची, कॉबलर, या यहाँ के लैंग्वेज है चमार, है ना? तो चमार बनने का प्रयास नहीं करना है हमको, हमको क्या बनना है? ब्राह्मण बनना है। So this process given by Prabhupada is to make us Brahmana. It's a Brahmanical process. We should not become cobbler. We should not deal with such skin. We should deal with Bhagavatam. We should deal with hearing and chanting. Please forgive me. I have spoken so many things. Please forgive me. I do not have any declaration. On the strength of Srimad Bhagavatam, I am speaking big things. Because we have a great support system at our back, which is our great stalwart acharyas. On this strength, I am roaring here. But मेरा ही परिस्थिति जीवन में बहुत खराब है. So I beg each and every devotee, please bless so that I can develop great faith. I can develop some affinity, attraction, attachment for hearing and kirtanam. Having done that, nothing else is required in this world. This itself is sufficient. Hare Krishna. Yes, Shampu.
Hare Krishna. So, Prabhuji, just like you told that we should feel hunger of the soul, and when we hear Bhagavatam, we should feel satisfaction. That's the topmost level of satisfaction. Second, just like we are feeling intellectually satisfaction. Third, just like that, हमारे काउंसलर ने बोला चलो आज हो गया, गाली नहीं पड़ेगा चलो. Prabhuji, looks the same satisfaction, but we can't decide how we can decide that it's the satisfaction of soul or intellectual. Or...
Actually, it's a gradual process, step by step. When earlier we start doing because we are supposed to do. For filling sadhana card, because somebody is there on the top, पूछ रहा है भरा कि नहीं भरा, इतने का मार्क्स क्यों आ रहा है, so somehow we have to do. But when we do that, then we start liking to some extent. तो फिर हम ध्यान देना शुरू करते हैं फिर क्लास में. पहले बैठते हैं टिक मारने के लिए, अटेंडेंस के लिए, महामंत्रा से बचने के लिए, मॉर्निंग में आते हैं. लेकिन जब आते हैं कुछ दिन, तो फिर ध्यान देना शुरू करते हैं क्या बोल रहे हैं, संसार दावा नल लीड लोटा, फिर हम मीनिंग याद करते हैं उसका, अच्छा ये ऐसा है क्या, ओ देन वी स्टार्ट अंडरस्टैंडिंग। तब फिर भागवतम क्लास में ध्यान देना शुरू करते हैं। You try to remember your early days of hearing Srimad Bhagavatam class. I mean, device sessions and all those that we have heard. Hardly we can remember something. उस क्लास में बैठते थे तो देखते थे ये कौन है, क्यों इतनी बड़ी बड़ी बातें कर रहा है, क्या बता रहा है, दुखालय में ऐसा क्या है, ऐसा कुछ लग नहीं रहा है। या फिर ध्यान हुआ करता था उस स्वीट पे जो लास्ट में मिलने वाला है। सो मेनी अदर थिंग्स, हार्डली वी कुड हियर, वी कुड अंडरस्टैंड एनीथिंग। बट आते गए तो फिर कभी कोई सुनना भी शुरू कर दिया। अच्छा राधे श्याम लोग उत्कर्षा में क्या बोल रहे हैं, अच्छा ये महाविष्णु ऐसा होता है, ओ ओके ओके। तो धीरे धीरे ध्यान देना शुरू किया। देन वी लाइक, अच्छा ये तो पूरा एक्सप्लेन कर रहा है क्रिएशन को, अच्छा कैसे हुआ सब कुछ। तो वी स्टार्टेड टू गेट सम इंटेलेक्चुअल सेटिस्फैक्शन। व्हेन वी हियर मोर एंड फॉर इंटेलेक्चुअल सेटिस्फैक्शन ओनली, देन slowly we develop this attraction for hearing Krishna. It's a gradual process. How to develop taste in chanting? By chanting. Keep on chanting. That is the thing. पहले हम आते हैं अटेंडेंस के लिए, फिर हम आते हैं कि अच्छा लग रहा है सुनने में, उसके लिए कुछ नया मसाला मिलेगा उसमें, उसके लिए फिर धीरे धीरे सुनते सुनते फिर क्या होता है, अच्छा लगना शुरू हो जाता है। जस्ट द सेम एग्जाम्पल विच इज गिवन बाय रूपा गोस्वामी इन NY, that now we have jaundice. That's why the sugar candy, the Harinam Sankirtan, is not so tasty, not so sweet to us. But this is the only medicine. When we take more and more sugar from juice, our jaundice gets become cured. And then we get the real taste. Yes, sugarcane juice is very tasty, very sweet. Similarly, when we chant more and more, then we start getting tasty. When we hear more and more, then we get taste in hearing. So this is a gradual process. So we are in the right line. Just we have to wait and we'll get taste. Hare Krishna. Okay. So we'll end here. Granth Raj Srimad Bhagvatam ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Samaveta Gaur Bhakt